What's Michigan State fans? It's Jacob Kotzenick here, back for another episode of the Michigan State Spartans Insider Podcast. It's another podcast for Friday, April 10th, 2026, talking basketball, transfer portal with you guys today. And I guess some of the news so far, as I'm recording this on Thursday afternoon, is that there really hasn't been any news. No players from Michigan State have entered the transfer portal. And Michigan State hasn't landed any commitments from the transfer portal. Again, still very, very early in the process. But again, I talked a few days ago, like, don't expect a very, very busy portal period. And that's kind of what it's been so far. You're really only waiting right now on one person, just one center. I mean, that's it. There's only one open spot on the team right now, partially because no one on the team has hit the portal, at least as I'm recording this. I might be jinxing it at this very moment, but there hasn't been, it's been quiet right now. There hasn't really been any true, like, big rumblings on who the center might be. Again, to me, Aiden Sherrill is the top realistic option. Will MSU truly like gun for him? Like, you can hope so. You would. I certainly think he would make the most sense to me, and just in terms of that talent and again, maybe the potential price point, and again, the fact that he's from Detroit certainly helps with the fit there as well. So again, there's just it's very interesting because again, a lot of programs are seeing a lot of players enter the transfer portal. Like if you look up the stats, like I think it was like 1,800 uh, Division One players have entered the portal already. It's been only open for a couple of days. It's open for 15 total days. So I think it doesn't close until not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after that might be the last day. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's how the timeline lines up. But like you haven't seen any. Like there's been a couple of players who I really still think could go into the portal, but generally you're going to see most people enter in these handful of days because you got to get your name in there quick. They've had time to think over their decisions. At the second your season ends, it's portal season. Like your player, if they want to go, they can just announce, "Hey, I'm going to enter the portal." Like you have to get your name in there before it's too late. Like teams don't have any names from Michigan State on the list right now. And again, spots are going to be going, 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 and going over the next couple of days. And that makes me think there really is a chance you're going to see no players leave in the portal just because the further into the period you get, the less likely it really is that someone is going to leave. I'm probably jinxing it. If someone does end up entering the portal, you can blame me, I guess. But again, still quiet. Looking at centers, I'm gonna maybe look more into maybe some what other realistic options would be for Michigan State. Uh, Again, but Sherrill is at the top of my list personally. Right now, I think like if going for like Floyd Badunga would be great from Kansas, but I think there's already been a list reported of like four schools that he might be considering, and Michigan State is not on that list. Really unsurprisingly, he was going to be the top guy. Bigs are very, very expensive this cycle, and doesn't seem like might be a little too over what Tom Izzo might be looking for from a NIL financial perspective. Not that MSU is short on NIL dollars, but I just don't think it was the fit for Michigan State. But again, there's the other. But again, it's just centers. If you see a guard or even a forward or small forward, if you think there's a shot MSU is going to go for him, not right now. There's literally only one. There's 14 players on the roster right now, and there's only the limit is 15, and it's gonna have to be a center just because like that's where the need is. So like I would love for MSU to go for like John Blackwell, Wisconsin, if they could in a perfect world. If you could have unlimited roster spots, yada yada yada. Maybe if you had the old system where you just had so many scholarships, but and it wasn't just roster spots. Go for John Blackwell. That would be a great addition. But you already have a crowded backcourt, and again, one open spot. It's not going to be used on a two guard. But again, just moving. But this roster again, you stick together. That is very, very rare in this era of college basketball, and that is maybe for better or worse. Like I mean, these days I think you need to have that right blend of transfer portal and retaining talent. Michigan was kind of Michigan is a really, really good team. You don't need to be Michigan to win a net. You don't need to have four amazing transfers to to rise up and be a national championship team. You just need a couple good transfers, I think, and that can be Aiden Sherrill. It could be someone else. Like I think UConn is an example of a program that you can model yourself after. UConn got to the title game. They've won titles, partially because they recruit very well, they develop really well, and they also are they're shrewd. They make smart decisions on who they take in the transfer portal. Terrace Reed was like their best player or one of their best players this season, transferred from Michigan. Again, you also developed him and made him better as well. You have to kind of maybe pick the right guy and then have that person just move it up a notch a little bit. That's what Michigan did. Again, yeah, Lindenborg was going to be really good no matter what. He was the number one portal prospect last cycle. But again, what you saw with Mara, what you saw with Johnson, Morez Johnson, what you saw especially with Elliot Cadeau, is they just got better. Like Dusty May and Michigan developed them and got them better, and that's what made them such a great team. Also, other guys around them as well were big pieces, but again, like that transfer portal class was the bulk of what they did. But again, you don't have to do that. You don't need to go out and have the number two portal class to be the thing that takes you from a 9 to a 10. Because right now, again, Michigan State is going to be top 10, maybe top 5 preseason ranking right now if they go and get the like a higher end center. Again, I'm still using Sherrill just because I think that's the best realistic option for Michigan State at this very moment. Will it be him? I don't know. I'd be lying if I told you if it's going to be Aiden Sherrill. But we'll have to wait and see over the next coming days. We'll have to see what the timeline is. But when the news drops, I'll that'll we'll break it down for you guys. But for now, but you have everything in place. You have probably the best point guard in college basketball next season. Jeremy Fears. You could argue he was this past season, or one of them. Think you've got a really good two guard coming in, Josiah Jervis. You can use Jordan Scott though there at that same spot. You can get a really good 3-point shooter in Curtain coming back. Again, backup point guards though too. Divine Ogachukwu, Carlos Midlock, who I think is going to be a very good player here as well. Small forward, Cohen Carr, Caleb Glenn, just two solid options. Power forward, you can also use Cohen Carr there as well. You could probably see Julius Event rise up and play there a little bit as well. And then, but again, it's just that center spot. Jesse McCall, guy who wasn't in the rotation during March Madness this past season. And then Ethan Taylor, again, a highly regarded center, but not a guy who I think is going to rise up and get a starting spot right away. Even though his ranking is very good, I think that a lot of that is projection for maybe not this season, this coming season, but maybe a year or two down the line. Like Ethan Taylor is going to be I think he's going to be a really good center here. I just don't know if he's going to be this. I don't think he's going to be the starter this coming season. But we'll have to see what type of leap McCullough makes too, because assuming he stays, it's going to be a very, very big offseason for him coming up because Michigan State needs him to play a role this coming year. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on what name will pop up in the portal for Michigan State. But yeah, we'll break that down if and when that happens. But yeah, for now, there'll be plenty of written content coming your way very soon. There's plenty of it already there at SpartanNation.com or at Michigan State's Barnes on SI. There'll be more podcasting content coming your way right here, wherever you are watching or listening to this. But for now, I'm Jake Kwatsnika signing off, and I'll see you guys around.